outside video or any video in 2021. So first of all, before I say anything else, I would just like to wish you a very, very happy new year. And if you are watching this video after New Year, perhaps you find it much later, I hope that 2021 has been a lovely year for you. Now, in this video, I'm going to talk about grammar, and I'm going to talk about why it's important for you to understand the big picture of a particular piece of grammar before you try and understand the smaller details. So, let me explain. A few years ago, I was teaching in a language school, and I had a small class. I think there were 5 or 6 students, and they were all very, very strong C1, quite likely some of them pushing into C2. So we're talking about very high level students. And because it was a very, very small class and they were all adults, I used to ask them every Friday what they wanted to do the following week. And one Friday, one of the students said, "Can we look at the perfect?" So present perfect, past perfect, all that stuff. And I said, "Of course we can. That's totally fine, not a problem." Now, this particular student, she was from Germany, and she was actually studying English at university in Germany. So her English was very, very good, and her kind of theoretical knowledge was probably better than mine. But she still didn't understand the perfect. And she said to me something like, "It's just so complicated, it's so confusing, there are so many rules for the perfect, and I just don't understand. It's just completely impossible to understand the perfect." So I had a look in her language notebook, which of course, being German, was very, very tidy and organised. And this poor student, she had pages and pages and pages of information about the perfect aspect, pages of it. And what she really had was a long list of kind of, you might call them micro rules. So tiny little rules about how and when to use the perfect. And this poor girl, right, no wonder she found it difficult, because she had all this kind of very granular information, but no big picture to help her understand it in context. So the next week we did our lesson on the perfect. We talked about past, present, future, simple and continuous. It's actually very simple. It's not a difficult tense, really, and she got it. She got it, and everything kind of slotted into place for her. So why have I decided to tell you all this today? Well, there's been a lovely discussion in my Facebook group about the verb will. And will is one of those words in English that causes a lot of problems for people, right? So we know, or we think we know, it's for the future, but we also know we shouldn't really use it for the future. So why? Yeah, it's a really odd one, and it's got lots and lots of different uses. Threats, promises, decisions made at the time of speaking, blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff. And it's one of those words that in course books or grammar books, people write a lot about, and they give you, I remember seeing, I think it was a upper intermediate course book, like a whole page of rules for will. A whole page about one word. That's not helpful. It really isn't helpful. Much more helpful to understand the overall meaning of will and what it really actually does. Now, I'm not going to go into that now because I'm going to make you a proper video lesson about will, which is going to take some time because I want to go away and do some research so that you get something really good. But what I am trying to explain and suggest to you is that when you are learning grammar, and particularly bits of grammar like aspects, continuous aspect, perfect aspect, tenses, future tenses, and articles, do a bit of research. See if you can find something that will help you understand the big picture. Don't focus on the tiny little micro rules, because that gets really confusing. If you have any questions about this, if you've got any comments, please do leave me a message below the video. I'm always happy to help you guys. My name's Sarah and I'm an English teacher and language anxiety coach. I help people overcome their fear of speaking and using English. Thank you for watching.